Hello and welcome to another episode of Consumer Vibes. Consumer Vibes. I'm so excited to have you guys back here, and as you already know, I travel the world in 45 days, visiting 10 countries by myself. Now, just so you know, today's episode and the following episodes, I am literally going to walk you through day by day, activity by activity, everything that I did on my journey. Literally, this is a download of every single occurrence, every significant occurrence. Just buckle up because there's so much to share. It's Consumer Vibes. 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 Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the first destination on the list was the United Kingdom. Day one comes around, my brother takes me to the airport. I decided on 2 check bags, 1 carry-on, and a backpack for my travels. Then I get to the airport, super excited. I bought the plane. I arrive in London the next day because I took a late flight. I think I took the last flight, if I'm not mistaken, out of Chicago O'Hare Airport straight to London Heathrow Airport. Once I arrive in the afternoon. And because this is not my first rodeo, I have been to London a couple times. I went to where I could take the hopper bus to my hotel. I stayed at the Moxie Hotel near the airport. I get to my hotel, I check in, pull my bags, and that same day that I arrived, I had already booked to attend the concert by Jacob Banks was singing at O2 Kentish Town. Super excited. Literally outside of my hotel, there is a bus stop that takes you to the city. So then I go to the bus stop, go on a double decker to go take the Elizabeth line. So there's a place where you drop off and you take the Elizabeth line to London itself. So that's what I did. I followed directions on Google to go straight to O2 Kentish Town. I thought I was even running late, but it was all cool. It was all blessed. The artist wasn't in. He had an act before he came on stage. So I had time to just, look about. And as I got closer to the start of the concert, I weaseled my way to the front. So there was a standing area and there was seating area, which is way above. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be closer to Jacob as he sang through the microphone with his sultry voice. I'm just going to insert a clip for you to kind of see. Just get a taste of Jacob Banks.
What I've learned from a mirror. Look too hard and you find you a stranger. Love is just a decision. The choice is yours.
After the show, I was super excited. I was on a high because I was able to make the concert, enjoy this awesome music. Then I went to try to get, in touch with Jacob so I could take a couple photos or videos or whatever, because I'm not going to come all the way and just go back empty-handed. Like, what is the evidence that I met him? And I didn't get back to my hotel until after midnight. So I took the train back home, a train and a bus, and I went back to the hotel. Again, fun and lovely evening, sultry music, exciting. Day one in London was a success. Day two was interesting. I sleep throughout the night, through the morning, and then I wake up in the afternoon because your girl was tired coming from America, time zone differences, all of that. Well, then I decided that I wanted to go on the London Eye. So I went online, purchased a ticket, and I think I did a fast track because honestly, I'm an adult, so why not? And I did the London Eye, and it was really nice. I think it's over the River Thames. Very fun experience. It's almost like the Navy Pier here in Chicago, but it just kind of gives you a whole new experience because now you're overlooking England, I guess London in this instance, through the bird's eye because you're going through like that spinning wheel thing. It was amazing. After that, I decided to take a cruise on River Thames because why not? I'm there anyway. And we went under multiple bridges, one of them being the London Bridge. That was exciting. Then I took the train to go visit my colleagues in the London branch. So that was such an exciting experience. I went in there straight away. I met my girl Karen. Hey girl. I met her, then I met Cash. We hang out a little bit and then we all went bowling. So it's like a little branch office. We went bowling, had so much fun. So before we bowled, we ate. I had a burger. It was really good. And I think that was my first meal of that day, honestly. I had a burger, we bowled. And then after that, I was like, oh, it's not even late. Like, let's do something more. And it's so interesting because the people there were so fun. Mind you, this is the first time I am meeting them in person, like live. And actually, it was only like a couple of them that only actually met, via video calling. Everybody else was new to me. However, it just felt like very homey, very family vibe, very close. I just felt like we're instant friends. So I said, hey, the night is still young. Let's still stay. Let's do something. Incidentally, there is a karaoke area at the bowling place. So we ended up going in there singing songs. That was super funny. After karaoke, we're thinking, oh, the night is still young, obviously. And then we decided to go to this bar down the street. I remember walking down there and then I saw this like really, I want to say dilapidated red phone booth. You know how you go to London and you're thinking, I just want to go into that red booth and take like a cute picture. This one was just literally like dilapidated, I want to say, because it looked really bad. And I'm like, oh, should I really go in? I was just making a joke and they were also joking with me. It was so funny. And then we went to this bar and then it was almost like an Afrofusion bar. I felt like some of the songs there were like more Afro vibes, which is great. And we sat there, we were laughing, doing all these things. It was so exciting. And we chatted till maybe 2 a.m. is when I decided to go back home. So I left to go back home around 2 a.m. At this point, I was so exhausted. I believe I Ubered home at that point because I'm like, yeah, we're not doing public transport at this point. The next day was Meet Emma's Friend Day. So I do have a couple friends. I mean, a few friends. I do know a few people that live in London actually. And I had pre-informed them that I will be visiting London and they were so excited, very excited to hang out with me while I traveled. So the first person I hung out with was Steven. Oh my goodness, Steven. We had the time of our lives. Shout out to you, Steven. So first, I was thinking, let's meet at Soho. So Soho is like a town or a city or something, somewhere in London. So I took the train, I met him in the city, and then we're walking about and there was so many birds and all these things. And I'm like, Steven, I don't do birds. Let's go somewhere else, take me somewhere fun. Let's go do something cool. And he's like, oh, let's go to this jazz club. It's this Mexican spot. And then we literally just walked there. Now we get to this jazz place, this Mexican vibing place. And I wasn't really feeling it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Can we try something else? And Steven was so gracious and he's like, you know what, it's fine. Steven, I should mention, is Ghanaian from my country. And we went to go get his car and he took me to a place called Julie Nest. This is a Ghanaian restaurant, so it's almost like a high life, hip life. This is a music genre in Ghana, high life, hip life bar. So they serve like Ghanaian food, obviously it's a Ghanaian restaurant. And they also play live music. It's very fun, very engaging. And wouldn't you know, such a small world. I run into schoolmates from back in high school in Ghana that I haven't connected with in years. And the funny thing is that Steven, who is my friend, knows one of the guys, like the other schoolmate that I met. And I'm like, what are the odds? So we ended up sitting at a table together, all four of us. So it was myself, Stephen, Derek, and Winnie. We all sat there. We enjoyed some good meat, you know, some good food and some good music. And we were just catching up. And, you know, actually, these schoolmates were my seniors. They were like a year older than me. But it was a smaller private school that I attended. So we kind of sort of know each other, whatever. It was really amazing. Like, I never thought that I would run into them, let alone they would even know the person that I'm hanging out with. So that was an excellent surprise. It was actually amazing just running into people randomly like that at the Ghanaian restaurant. So we had some food, really fun, really engaging, and my friend Steven stayed with me while, you know, the other party left because they had other things to do. So we stayed at this restaurant bar slash thing, and there was high life, and then we danced a little bit, and I'm like, oh, you know what, I want to go somewhere else, you know, I want to do something different. So that's how we decided to go to Coco Cure. I think that's what it is called, Coco Cure. We had a good time. So it's almost like a clubbish, great music with dancing and dancing. I don't even know, I don't recall how many steps I did in that day, but so many steps. It was maybe around 2 a.m. when I decided to go home, and Steven got me an Uber to take me back to the hotel. So that day, all done and sealed, exciting. Go back to the hotel, rest. The next day, I had plans with my colleague from school, actually my schoolmate, who lives in London now, and we decided to go to Thorpe Park. I love a thriller. Like, I love exhilarating rides. I am such, what is the term here? An adrenaline junkie. I feel like I'm an adrenaline junkie to some extent. I would do some crazy things once in a lifetime type of thing. But I had heard so much about this Thorpe Park from the UK podcasters that I listened to, and they had said how crazy some of the rides are. And my friend came down to my hotel to pick me up, and because he drove, it was easy for us to go to the theme park. So that's what we did. And because of the time that we arrived, I think we arrived around 2 p.m.-ish, and the place was closing, I believe, around 6 p.m. or something like that. But we did have a very short window of time to spend over there. So we decided to only do the crazy rides. The scariest rides ever. I'm going to insert clips of that so you can see exactly what we were about. Like, it was scary. And it was so much fun. We had such an amazing time. And then after that, we decided to go have some food and decided on Korean cuisine. I love Korea, everything Korea. Like, as you get to know me, you will know this about me. I love Korea, okay? Period. And we went to this Korean restaurant. He tried it out, and I was telling him about my obsession with K-drama and Korean culture and all of these things. And I was excited for him to try Korean food. I'm trying to like just kind of let him understand what I'm about, like what I'm on about. I was telling him how I am looking forward to going to Korea and experiencing all these things. And he was so excited for me. So we went, and then after that we came back, he dropped me off, we chatted a little bit, and then he went home. And what was so special about that is my friend was actually in school still, and he had his dissertation, I want to say, his defense. So literally, if you're in like a graduate program, you have to defend your thesis or whatever. And he had to do that. But then literally the next day, and he decided to spend time with me the day before. And I felt like that was so touching. I was so moved by that. And that's how I spent my time in London. So then the next day was the travel day, and my next destination was France, the flight out of London. I was so sad because I'd had such a back-to-back experience of fun. It was exhilarating, it was thrilling. I've had the time of my life. Oh, I love London. Honestly, I cannot wait to return to it again. I will be going back there. I will tell you all about it. Do not fret, you guys. Do not fret. This is a traveling channel. and more and more. I don't want to box myself. I literally slept the entire flight to France. So in the next clip, I am going to tell you all about my experience in France. So now you know every little thing that I was on about while I was in London. I hope that you enjoyed this content. If you did and something resonated with you, make sure you comment down below. Please like this video, like, it helps me a lot. I hope that something resonated with you, and if it did, I would love to hear about it. This community is so small that you have my full attention. So make sure you're commenting your thoughts down below. Also, if you're not a Viber, if you're not already part of this community, please go ahead and click the red button to subscribe to this channel. There's so much more that I can tell you about. I cannot wait to tell you about the rest of my journey. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube. Thank you all so much. Have a lovely day. Bye. 감사합니다.